Greetings, family. It is I, Dr. Chef Felicia Ann. How are you all doing today? I see that you all tuned in now. Yes, you all see I am out in the public. I had to come out in public. I could not do this in the office on this Wellness Wednesday, but I wanted to make sure that I did not forget about you all. It's impossible to do that anyway. And so I'm going to give a few time enough to join in. Yes, I did. My computer froze up on me when I thought I was going to be able to come before you all at 4:45, and that did not happen. But I was determined to make sure that I got in. Hey there, Lady Blue. I'm so glad you came in. Shalom. How are you, dear? I'm like, it froze up on me again. And so, as you know, I had to come out. I could not do the office today, or else I would not have made it back from my other appointments, you all. So I had to be out here in the open today. So remember, this Wellness Wednesday is you all's time to ask whatever health and wellness questions that you all have of me. To give an update and give me a little bit just to help get Facebook in here for a few minutes, at least for a bit, you all. That's what I have to do right now. So my apologies for every time that happens. It throws me off. I'm not going to lie, it really does. But I'm just glad that I was able to still come before you all and that it didn't freeze up to the point to where I could not get on here with you all today. So prayerfully, you all are doing well on this Wellness Wednesday. Remember the slogan that I have for this year, to remember to be healthy and well in 2024. And so let's see if they will let me into here, because it's been doing some lagging, but it's okay. I have to move about in order to be able to get some things accomplished here, you all. But I wanted to make sure that I stayed on regiment. I know those y'all, thank you all so much for those who had sent forth their good positive prayers. As you all know, the end of this month, on the 22nd, had marked the third anniversary of my mother's passing. And I made it through it, you all, and so did my family. I see the strength and the healing power as each year goes by. Uh, but because there was so many that transitioned during COVID time and after the fact that was not able to take advantage of, or didn't just have just honestly the environment and not having full access like I would have loved to, for certain loved ones, was just not allowed. And so I am starting off with just giving a little time for those who all to come in. Hi, Facebook. How you all doing? This is I, Dr. Chef, here for you all as well this Wednesday. Remember to be healthy more in 2024. All right. I'm hanging in there, Miss Lady Blue. Thank you so much for. I'm going strong, but with the grace of God, that's what I'm doing. Yes, I missed my mother this year. No doubt I missed her, and I missed my firstborn daughter as well. But nevertheless, I have the strength of them carrying me through these times. And so I'm just prepared. And so thankfully, my great auntie, Bernice, just gave me a call. And it's always a pleasure to have her. As you all know, that's my uncle's wife. Frank Bass, Elder Frank Bass, that you all hear me always talking about, because he usually try to tune in when he can if he's not working too much. And so today I got that call from her. She actually was the first one that I called when my mother and my daughter transitioned. And so it's times like this that you really have even more greater respect and love for your elders. And you all know, you hear me talk about that all the time, how critical that is. And how much this is the reason why, I believe in the praying for our elders and others. Hey, Brother Sharon, good to see you. This is one of the reasons why I have done my best to try to remember our elders in these times, because everything I started off learning, I learned from them. I cannot give that credit to college right away. I can't give that credit to different skill life lessons that I've taken in other ways, because once again, that goes to my parents, grandparents, aunties, and uncles, that village effect that we often talk about, that we have lost and that has been broken. As you all know, I don't believe in us making excuses just because so much has changed now. Even within those past 20 to 30 years, I don't believe that we was supposed to just mope and grope and complain about how the village is broken. I believe that we were supposed to be the ones to help restore the village, just like our parents did, just like our grandparents did. And if unfortunately, if you wasn't part of that type of family setting or that type of community where you saw them rebuild upon that our ancestors and our elders rebuilt upon, I encourage you all on this Wellness Wednesday to find out what your position is and what your place is in life so that you can participate in that. Because guess what? That's wellness in the mind and in the soul too. Okay. So that's what I like to encourage you all to do today, along with knowing what the topic is. Healing for the mind and the body. I meant to put in there for the soul, but I didn't want to over step my boundaries, so because I had to redo it before I was able to come in. So I'm ready for your questions. Well, I don't know if that's a misprint. I like gloves. Is that a misprint there, Sam Gloves? I don't know if that's a misprint that you say that you like gloves and you're, oh, or is that part of your business endeavor or something that you do with gloves? Because that's what I got coming up on my end. And Lady Blue, yes, very true. The Most High always sends a comforter. Absolutely, you know that for a fact. Um, Something that I've always did my best to be for others, even before I had loved ones to transition. And I can most definitely say that is trying and as tough as that time. This time was a couple of years ago in 22 and in 23. As you all know, my first September marks only the second birthday without my daughter Najee. She would have been 26 this year, and so I decided, drum roll, and I had it in the chat, but unfortunately I had to redo the whole chat. So I'm just going to say it for the month of September. In honor and in remembrance of my daughter and Najee Angelise, I want to do a special for coaching and that comes with a free gift as well for the products, the health products that I have left for you all. There's been so many requests for colon cleanses and for things that's good for heart health. I still have those things in stock, such as your colon cleanse, your 30-day supply of that, and such as your sea moss. I still have that as well in stock. I am behind stock because I am still waiting for some more investments for the other product line, you all. So keep me in your good prayers with that, that I choose well as far as who invest in on the product line. But the good thing is we're living in a time now where I know that you all have plenty of places where you can go to get at least some decent health products that'll help you in your health and wellness journey this year. And we pray that it stay that way. Yeah, and so what that entails as far as the special is that the special entails that you come just uh, give a donation for your consultation, and then you receive your free colon cleanse or your free sea moss. That's how that works. So all I ask is that you make sure that you send in enough to be able to cover your postal. That part I cannot do right now, but if I could, I would. But that's all you have to do, and you get your free CMOS and you get your free colon cleanse when you call in to schedule for your consultation with your donation. That's how that's set up. And so the donation can be anywhere from $50, $75, whatever. And as you all know, that's usually what your health consultation coaching costs. It's only $50 to $75. So that means that your product is actually free. Okay. And so you want to think of any other good ideas or things that you feel like could be helpful, then feel free to call me at the 618 or via text the 618-388-8100 number, or you can send the email to Dr. Chef 24/7 at outlook.com or either Dr. Chef Health and Wellness at gmail.com. Okay. And so I have to think of things to reinvent things because I find that there's healing in the mind. If you see what my subject, healing with the mind, when we can think of things that bring us sorrow, when we're missing loved ones, or when you just have not had a good day, maybe not a good week, you probably didn't have a good month. Then you have to literally make sure that you prioritize intentionally. Intentionally. This is how I make it through, because people always ask me, "Oh, you're so strong. How do you do this? How do you do that?" I never forget I had someone in my life for a few years, and that seems like something that they was amazed by, and unfortunately in their most weakest times they would try me in that area, just because I believe just because they saw me as being strong nature, or one that wouldn't fall down and would not that would fall down and get back up, or if trying time came they figure I would persevere with it with the help of God. And I just remember thinking to myself, wow, if a person's already gone through a lot, wow, what kind of heart or what kind of mind thinks to try to keep putting pressure on it. And the only thing I could think of was that mankind does things like that. Hey there, cousin Diane Jones. So good to see you, cuz. Yeah, I made it through this weekend. Yeah, I made it through. I love you too. You all send up prayers for my cousin. She made it through. Her and my dad passed the same day, but different years apart. And she too transitioned the daughter just like I did at the same time. And so you all, that's what I mean by it's never just about us, you all. It's about all of us as a community. So anytime I send out prayer requests, good prayer requests, and anytime I ask for donations to help with things, this is what I do. It's not just a family, but it's also for the community and for friends, so that I can have what I need for those who are on their healing journey, or even when it comes down to spending the extra time to give consultations for free. Because I give a lot of free consultations too that you all don't know about, because that's part of a healing ministry for me. What it always has been, since I was raised up and coming up with my mom and my aunt being missionaries. And so that's how I got started, you all. And that's the reason why you hear me always give the credit back to my mother, my parents, my aunties and uncles, because they set forth the foundation of helping the community and the people around them. And that's why I still to this day, and as I was sharing with my auntie Bernice, that's why I still believe in the power of prayer. Yeah, it doesn't get old no matter how much knowledge we acquire, you all. And for those who say that they don't believe in it, I get it. It's probably because you probably never tried it. But for those who are just tuning in now and later, you know what I'm talking about. I don't have to explain how powerful that is when you get to a place to where you able to sit back and just mask and just thank God for being alive, and just remember the simple things like just breathing, inhaling and exhaling, because the world can throw our minds into a loop, just just thinking about everything. I thought about this time last year. I was in my mansion, and I was contemplating whether or not I'm going to just sell my Lexus just to get income to be able to buy more health products. Guess what, you all? I did that. I did just that. And I made up my mind then that if I had to get me a truck just to haul my stuff and to get into me just a little small space, I was going to make it with the help of God through this time. Guess what? I did it because I made up my mind. And I remember praying. And I remember all of my elders and all of the others that were praying for me too, that I would make it through this time. And so you all know that normally tune in. I'm one that I like to share my own personal testimonies of how I make it through this time, because I know that there's a lot of people that's taking their own lives every time life come and pressure comes. And then now we're in the midst of an election, and it's supposed to be an exciting time for us, because this will be possibly the first time we get a woman president, y'all, in office. And she's supposed to be a woman of color, right? But come on, with every victory, there is a test, right? And so you all heard me constantly make little comments here and there concerning this, because I know that I personally, as a wellness coach, as a doctor, as a health practitioner, have to remember you all in the midst of these storms. When you're wondering why come, it seems like everything in the atmosphere is changing for women. And then think about this country that we live in, you all that's going on, all the different laws has changed, all of the different laws is going to be actually um, um, that'll be put more into full effect because of, come on, you all know what I believe in. The Bible has to fulfill itself in some type of way, right? And this is part of history also repeating itself. So I can never just come before you all and only talk about oranges and apples and what does the sea moss do and what does colon cleanse do. I got to add that spiritual component and the realistic, practical component of life in it in order for us to understand that how healthy and well we are mentally and spiritually determines how well we'll do in life in reality. Because I don't know about y'all, I grew up where a lot of times there were a few people that were around that sound like they gave the impression that God and Jesus was going to fix everything. And you just didn't have to do nothing but just pray about it. Then I had my other group of the people that I was raised by that taught us, no, baby, God give you hands and God give you the ability to do some things, to make some things happen. And then once they come to pass, then you take and you thank God for allowing you to be able to have the strength and the knowledge and the know-how to make something happen. And that something has to be something good. And yes, I often always think about how the scripture that pops into my mind so many times is that it was his perfect will that we prosper and be in good health. And I remember prosperity didn't necessarily mean just in monetary means, you all. It meant in all the good things that we did. Anything that you set your hands to that could help multiply, that could be helpful to your community, helpful to your family. That's what we were supposed to do. And what has happened is that you see those who are evil, and there are those that don't mean well. They've taken those same principles and they are applying it to the poor. They're applying it to the people who don't know any better or the people that just want leaders, and they're taking full advantage of our elders. They're taking full advantage of our young people. They're taking advantage of third world countries. Just look at what you see with Bill Gates. Bill Gates, you all give to a whole lot of different charities, and you might have heard me say this some segments back, but I'm gonna repeat it again because there's always new people that's tuning in, even with it not being thousands of people tuning in right now. And I'm gonna get back to you, Miss Lady Blue, but make sure I answer. Lady Blue, my family and I will keep you in prayer. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, you have to take a leap of faith. Absolutely. You always got to take a leap of faith when you're talking about doing things that others are not doing, you all. How else? Remember what the definition of insanity doing is, to do the same thing expecting different results. And so if you've always ate what you eat, if you've always gone where you've gone and nothing is changing, then that means that you need to be changing what you eat and you need to change your location as well. It's just that simple. And it seems like today with AI and computers and everything that we have out here today, and so much ancient knowledge is coming, being brought up on the surface, and what we think is new knowledge. I see where some of us we despise simplicity, things that's simple. And we set ourselves up to have to wait for something to sound complicated. And just think about it. Even when you get sick and you go into the hospital, if there is complications during surgery, what happens, you all? If the doctor experienced complication for the 12 years that they've gone to medical school, then what happens to your body if he is experiencing complication? Meaning blood pressure rises too much blood is shedded. If someone cuts the wrong organ, it costs us a life, you all. That's what it does. And that happens according to what the authors have placed out here now as statistics. That happens about 80,000 times per year to people that come in and out of the hospital for different terminal illnesses, you all. Yeah, look up the book, the 80,000 malpractices from the hospital. I forget the name of the author because it's been a while ago. But if you think about it, just think about it. And that's not me saying that nobody survives. There are people that survive. We see that. I've gone into there when I was having my children and I came out. But it just wasn't the way that I wanted it to be, because I always felt that there was a more natural and better way, because I've looked about and I did a little research and I saw that there was a more natural and better way. Now, in my area where I was living at and the place where I was at the time, they was not allowing, no one was practicing it that I knew of. And so I had to go back into what my great aunties and what my great grandmother, what I saw them do. I saw them make things. And I took the knowledge that I learned from watching documentaries, that I learned from teachers and professors, and that I learned from hands-on experience with missionary work, and put and collaborated them all together. And what you got is, here you go, 30 some years later, you have a Dr. Shell. That even through death, even through divorce, even through failed businesses endeavors, even through a whole lot of ups and downs, I still have the strength and still have the heart, still have the mind to still be a help one to another. And so I think that that's something to be thankful for. I'm being honest, and I think that is something that we should take note on, to know once again that if I can do it, so can you too. As our, what are we here for if we can't recycle love, if we can't recycle helping one another? What's your purpose if you just here for yourself? Huh? Nobody ever had to teach you nothing. Nobody had to ever show you anything. Nobody ever had to help you with anything, right? Your mama never had to cook for you. Your daddy never had to go to work. Nobody had to deliver you. Nobody. See how that works? Everything God created, He created it with something. There is no flower growing without it being in soil that I know of, or water. There is no plant that grows without a surface that it has to come up from, whether it be soil or whether it be water. It always has a foundation that is set in motion to help it to grow and to blossom into something. And that's exactly the way we are. That's how I see it. It's just that simple. See, I didn't get that out of the book. I got that from watching us in life and how life evolves. And like today, I'm sitting out here and I'm watching there's three beautiful elder women in front of me, and they're all at the stage where I want to be. And I just shared it with my great auntie. I say, Auntie, I want you to know, Auntie Bernice, that no matter what, how much information and how much more knowledge that we think that we have today, I said, I appreciate you all and I love you all because you all gave us good, humble beginnings of how to love and how to pray. And they taught us that a family that prays together stays together. And I tell her I use that and I think about that all the time. That's actually why I could not settle for relationships that did not really carry that with passion and enough love. Notice what I said, did not carry that with enough passion, without enough love. And that's meaning where I could truly, sincerely feel it. Because I was raised in a family where they were passionate with love and you could feel it. And the work was always been done. I had to remind her, I never seen my mother, my father take, and thank God. And my heart and prayers always go out, and consultations and coaching goes out to those who have experienced this. But I said, I didn't grow up in a household where I seen my mother and my father fighting each other. I didn't grow up in a household where I go to my great auntie house or my grandmother's house or my great auntie house, and everybody lived in the same area where I saw the husbands mistreating the wives. I'm sure there was issues. I'm sure there was some hard times. But they made sure that no matter how big the family was, this is not something that I grew up witnessing. And so the same, but what I did grow up seeing is that even with us having food from the earth, and even with us going to church every day, I did notice that I saw many of us come in and out trying to be sick from different things. I saw diagnosis then taking place because, and for seeing this, I'm like, wait a minute, I see it's changing personalities. It's changing the behavior of our people. This is causing some to be depressed. And so that became one of my number one focal points. And then by the time I had my firstborn daughter and realized what the immunization had done to her, it really set on a whole nother light bulb. In between that, years prior to that, as a little girl, my auntie Michelle, which by the way, her anniversary was on August the 22nd as well of her passing. But I'm thankful that once again, I got a chance to watch the process, not of the struggle and not of the sickness so much as it was so much I saw and I learned what it was that we needed to be focusing on as well, as education and health and wellness, as well as spirituality and education and making a living for our families, I realized real quick, real fast, at a very early age that you can't enjoy the fruits of your labor if you are sick. You can't enjoy the fruits of your labor if you are in and out of the hospital all the time. You can't enjoy the fruits of your labor if you're stressing about a diagnosis that you don't know how to naturally heal. You can't even go to certain churches, for those of y'all to go to church and to go to services. You can't even focus on the Lord when you are thinking about how much and how bad you need a healing for your soul and for your body, right? Well, that's why I'm here too, giving you all this free coaching, health coaching for the next hour or so, because I understand just how important that is. And I know for a fact that if I hadn't been blessed with being able to learn how the different herbs and the different foods and the different things that helps heals our bodies, everything from cancer, from AIDS, from high blood pressure, diabetes, arthritis, scoliosis, you see, the list goes on, glaucoma, dementia, fibroids. See all them different diseases that we got out here, y'all? And the sad part is that it plagues at least about 80% of America have some form of these type of conditions, and they're just at different levels. At different levels. But not nearly enough of us out here that have good sound knowledge of how to actually heal our bodies one day at a time. And what I am noticing more and more, that there's more of a frustration that the more and more we get the information out, the more and more we have those that are cooking, that chef like I do cook the food, the more and more I notice that there is getting more and more pushback if you say anything. I just experienced it for the first time. Someone said, "Oh, whatever you do, put the MSG in the food." Now the dish looked great. It had cucumbers. It had all different avocados. The young brother was stacking it up really nice in his mason jar to eat, and he put the little some type of mayo whip or whatever in there, and tomatoes. So he had a lot of, with the exception of the unfortunately the toxic salmon that he put in there, because as you know, we don't have a lot of freshwater salmon, and I know here in St. Louis, Missouri, we don't, because I've called around to all of the fish places everywhere that I've called around, and all of them said no freshwater fish at all. You would literally have to have that imported, or either you would have to go and get it yourself, where there's freshwater fish for those who wants to feel good about getting the best fresh fish. Okay. Now, do I worry about that? No, because I'm on fruits and vegetations and grains, good decent food, and some legumes such as the navy beans, such as the black beans, such as the chickpea is not a bean, it's more it's a pea. But I'm more, when I want my hot foods, those are the foods that I turn to. And then just like now, I heard someone mention to me, I'm gonna get to the questions now. I heard somebody ask me about black rice and wild rice. I'm getting questions from different directions, and it's like, yes, that's fine if eaten in moderation, because it doesn't supposed to hold all of the excess amount of mucus that the white rice and other rices have, or the glyphosate that causes cancer in a short period of time today. There's no regulation from the FDA to require for our bodies to be able to consume, or for them to put on the market rice that has glyphosate in it. And just having that one toxic chemical alone is can bring down your cellulose count as far as your healthy cells. And what's more important than your immune system being boosted, you all being strong enough at that 4.39% to where if any viruses, colds, flu-like symptoms come about, your body can fight it off, because that's the way God created our bodies. He created our bodies so naturally to heal itself. But it can't do that if we're putting toxic things in our system, you all, normally on a regular basis. Notice I said regular basis, because I know if you don't have your own garden and you're not growing your own food, most America's not doing that, then that means that you're not eating healthy all the time. Not to mention this marketing strategy that they got out here is absurd. It is what y'all call it off the chain as far as enticement is concerned. I'm here at Panera Bread if y'all want to know where I'm at, and I'm sitting here looking around myself. And when I looked at that menu, I was like, oh my God. I was able to get an avocado, and I was able to get a little salad. And yeah, I was able to do that. Maybe get a little tea, but I preferred my own. But this is how, if I hadn't done it this way, I wasn't going to be able to come before you all at all. But earlier I did. I went ahead and I had me some watermelon, some seeded watermelon, sweet, good, right, seasoned watermelon. And I took my multivitamin. And so I'm fine. I'm good. I'm not hungry. I don't desire anything else. The cookies and the pastries that they have, no, it's not tempting to me. And if you want to know how I got there, being a sugar addict for, I want to say struggle 20, almost 30 years, the struggle of trying to figure out what kind of sugars can I eat to help fulfill that, to help me to stay up long at night to study and to take care and raise children. I did. I struggled with that, and because I grew up with a bunch of bakers in the family. My mother baked. She sold cakes that made that main chain stores, and I've shared this before. But like I said, for those who's new that may come on, they may not know you all, so that's why I repeat certain things. But my mother was known for baking cakes and things that the mainstream big grocery stores wanted her recipes. That's how good her cakes were. And other business owners that had restaurants, they would buy her cakes. At almost $15 to $20, and that was a big deal back in the 80s and the 90s for someone to want to purchase a cake for that amount. Go to show you how good it was, or may I say how good tasting it was. And that one was called the lemon fast cake, and yes, Moi has the recipe to it, but I had to critique because the flour was white flour, y'all. But some type of way, through the power of prayer and the love that she put in there, she made that cake taste like it came straight from heaven. Not a lie, not you all. And so that's the reason why you all hear the compassion that I have in me when I think about how tempting it is just to put whatever in the body that tastes good. And this is what inspired me to start cooking healthy food. It's because I understood firsthand growing up with two parents that was into cooking and chefing, and father knew how to just take 2 or 3 ingredients and make it taste like, oh my God, like a masterpiece. My uncles, they cook good, very, very well. My aunties, they were good cooks. And so I grew up tasting good food, y'all. Y'all know that. My cousin over here, she know it. We grew up eating good tasting food, even if it was just a little just spaghetti. As I say, it's spaghetti and fish. It didn't matter. They knew how to make it taste good. And so I fully, 1,100%, 1 million, 1 billion% understand how challenging it is to get over the addiction of eating the wrong things and putting it into your system, and how it is a process until, unfortunately, you get a bad diagnosis for something. And even then, you still have to go through your winging process if your mind is not made up. And so that's the reason why you all hear me talk so much about the mind being made up. And just for the record, for YouTube, you all have a half an hour I have on here, unless they allow me to be able, I don't know if my charger here will allow me to stretch to keep it on Facebook. I'm sorry. You want to transfer over to Dr. Chef Wellness Channel for free. Like and subscribe, y'all. That helps me to be able to stay on, okay? Because they've changed up some of the rules. And let me go ahead and highlight some of these questions because I think I have some. Yeah, you have to take one of them. Hey there, Brother Brian. How you doing? Hello, Dr. Chef. I may need to book a consultation with you. I wanted to get your more knowledge on miscarriages. Mothers had several before she gave birth. Okay, yeah, that's very common. Yeah. My auntie that I just talked to, she shares her testimony how she miscarried early on in her pregnancies before she went ahead and had about 10 more children. I'm not laughing at the fact that it happened. I'm laughing at the fact that I know that the doctors told her, "Oh no, since you've already had some children, there's no way your body would be able to have any more children." So I come from that clan of women, you all, where birthing children it's natural as water, from water from the sea. Okay, my grandmother birthed carried 9, almost 10, and then my great grandmother carried 10, and then I have a slew of aunties that carried up to 10. My other grandmother on my father's side, my father's mother, she birthed 10. And so you all do the math, and all together on my dad's side, it was actually 24 altogether, but my grandmother was 10. And so all them 10, 10, 10. So you all do the math of what I know and what I've learned down throughout the years. And guess what, you all? They weren't all eating healthy food. Now, am I advising anyone on today to try to give birth to 10 children? No, I'm not advising that at all. It's not my place to. I do believe it would take a whole lot today for a family, and most definitely would take the village and both parents on board to birth a lot of children today. Um, and because of everything that's going on today, it's just so much more that's going on than when my grandmother and aunties were having that many children. So much more. I only stopped because my first husband at the time said that's all he wanted was no more than 3 or 4 children. So that's why I stopped. Other than that, my body would have most definitely allowed me to have more children. And so I'm telling you now, so brother, I look forward to the consultation. Please make sure that you via text into the 618 number 388 8100 number for that consultation, and most definitely will have some things that preferably will most definitely be able to help her out with, like you have with so many other mothers that I have had to coach. I have clients now that are trying to have children that have miscarriage as well. And so far, so their hormonal counts and everything is doing well. And I also counsel in the areas where there is stress and anxiety that's coming from our women when they have miscarriage. So I look forward to hearing from you, Brother Brian Hims. If you don't get through the first time, then you know what to do. You either come on live here when I'm here and give me the information, and we will set up a consultation for you and where we can go with that. And you are, or if it's you and your significant other, or just a family member or loved one, the family is allowed to participate in the consultations. I'm not one to shy away from that as long as they give the person in question, the person that truly needs the consultation, time to ask the questions that they really need to ask during that time. Okay? All right, you all. I'm all right. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Come on, give me some questions, y'all. Some health questions. They can be spiritual ones too, and the questions can also be along the line of mental health as well, concerning stress and anxiety. Because I realize that a lot of our health issues, most definitely, are most of it, 99% is mental. Merely making up the mind. And that's not an easy task because you all, like I said before, we all have so many different types of temptations, and it's out there on purpose, for real, on purpose. Um, that is by design. Because just like a post that I don't know, did I post it on Facebook? It says, for every patient that's healed, a doctor lose a client. For every patient that's healed, a doctor loses a client. A nurse loses a patient. So that means that your job requirement is not needed from that individual anymore. And so one would think, just like with a mechanic, when if all the cars are running well, then that affects the business of a mechanic. And so that is really the big mind tester right there. But that's more so from people like myself and others. So for me, it's not a test. Because the one thing that I have learned, that I have shared with so many, is that when you are doing, let me say, just how critical and how important it is for when you are dealing with life and death, when you're dealing with um, someone practicing something for their way of life. They're, we're doing it for a livelihood's place. Our test will sometimes be for those who want to do this as a career. Yes, this is part of my career. This is the only thing that I do at this point is counseling, coaching, the health things, and working on the business endeavors. I don't have another side gig. So this is what I do full time. And yes, there's been trying times. And if I told you how trying the times have been, you'd be like, "What, Dr. Chef? Wow, you should go ahead and pull a night shift somewhere, do this and do that." No, don't worry. I've thought about it. Yes, I have. And I'm not going to exit out 1,000% because times are different now. The more I have, the more I can help. I just refuse to beg for it from the poor or from those who are sick, because I'm one that, because I'm a cheerful giver, I believe in only receiving from those who are willing. So if I ask one time, that's it. If I ask each segment, that for those of you all that this is helping, that could you please send a donation, or if you purchase something that helps me to continue to do this without having to go and put in another 10 to 12 hours somewhere, because for me it's going to be overtime. It won't be just the 8 hours, it'll be overtime, because that's the kind of energy when you're healthy that you have. But I rather focus my mind and my spirit on directly on you all, because I realize that that's more rewarding to me, to hear my people be healed and well and accomplishing things that they're accomplishing because they're feeling good spiritually and naturally, which is one. I mean, ain't nothing more rewarding than that. That's more rewarding to me than seeing $1,000 check. Now, don't get me wrong, $1,000 check make me happy. But see, I know I have bills that I'll have to put that towards. That's more products I have to buy. That's more, that's gas I have to compensate for. That has to go somewhere. But but to be able to wake up and go to bed and think about how a brother or sister is doing better and feeling better, oh my God. Ugh, that's priceless. It's priceless. So if no other practitioner or a health or wellness person ever explained to you what is the benefit in doing it when you're not rich and when you're not making a lot of money from this, like me right now, then that is my motivation. Yeah, I get a little frustrated sometimes. Yes, I do, you all. But once again, that's all about what I teach about, the battle of the mind, being healthy in the mind. I believe that it pay off in due time, in due season, because God gave me a second chance to do this the right way, another chance. Some may say several chances to do this in a more better way, in a more healthier way, without having to question whether or not you're doing right by all of the people, by not having to question whether or not you're cheating the people, the very people that are supporting you, because they have plenty other places that they can go. And no, a lot of us don't like to say that because we got this big egotistical thing that's going on today. Yeah, I'm gonna say that. And social media bring about ego, where people actually be bold enough to tell people to don't watch and don't do this. If you don't do this and you don't do it, then I don't want you to do this. Not a lot, but some. And that's when you know that the ego is way higher than that, because this help that we're providing is free. It's been here always. And just because we regurgitate it doesn't necessarily mean that I owe you my whole life. Does not necessarily mean that I owe you all of my money for my pleasures. It just means that it's helpful and it's good for us to be helpful one to another when you know that there are those who are doing this strictly from the heart. And the reason why I put emphasis on doing it from the heart is because when it's done from the heart, you're going to critique things a lot more. As you all know, you call in for your consultations, it usually goes over 30 minutes if there's multiple conditions or if it's a really serious case, because I do consultations in three parts: from the mind, the body, and the whole soul. The condition falls into those realms. It falls into those realms. What's stressing you out? first before I can get you to focus on why eating that extra donut will not help you at all, why constipation will cause you to be agitated, even though you don't realize you got this high level of inflammation in you. I need to know what's causing you to pleasure eat and what makes you feel like that this is your best pleasure, or is this just something that you're just used to doing? In most cases, I find it's just something that we're used to doing. And yeah, and I like it. I don't know, not when you find out, because to know, you can't undo what you know and what you learn. Once you learn that this is the trick of the adversary and what people are using to make themselves wealthy and rich off of your banking, literally banking on your demise, your sickness. I don't know too many of us that likes that to know. I think about it, even for those of y'all that ever play sports or you ever played a board game, you ever like they playing? Did anybody ever like playing with somebody that cheat all the time? Come on, y'all. Before you know it, they saying that they team got more points than you, and you know y'all did the touchdown. You know you batted harder. You know that you hit the ball over the volleyball net before. You know you got them strikers. You know you played the game well. You know you did good in Monopoly. These are the simple things that the humble things that I go back to when I'm speaking to people like my great auntie today. We had about a good hour-long conversation, and I talked and I told her I take pleasure in saying how I remember when you can hear noise and sound like a little chaos taking place in the house. There's about 20 kids in the house. And we'd be playing Scrabble or Boggle or either Monopoly. A few of us would be playing, and she would be so focused. And she'll call a name once, but then she still focus on it. In some type of way, this woman would win all the time. Most of the time, she won. While hearing her name called several times, or somebody saying what Jonathan is doing or what Eric is doing. And so we would think that she was forgetting. Talking about the power of the mind, you all, and how we had to just refocus it. But her mind was so locked in winning the board game or getting that Scrabble piece, and she would think of words out of this world. And we didn't know how, because we were getting to a higher education than her. Because she started having children, got married young, y'all. So, in our little silly young minds, we're sitting here thinking, oh, yeah, we're going to mastermind this woman. We know more words than her. And she would think of these little words that we had never heard, but didn't realize this woman have gone through the dictionary, in and out, and found all different type of Scrabble words that she could that we didn't even know the meaning of. And we had to challenge her a lot of times while she's hearing the children going. And so we would say, go ahead. She said, it's a word. And she would fold her arms. She said, oh, yeah, go ahead. It's a word. It's a word. And we like, nah, auntie, nah. Some of them will be bold enough and say, nah, ma, you cheating. And she was like, what you say? Pull out that dictionary and rest assured, 99% of the time, the word will be in that dictionary. And this woman will win. And right after she would get finished focusing on that Scrabble game and beating all of us that were in school, ranking from grade school to high school, she would remember every name that called her, and then have them to come down to teach them about life lessons and why they're not supposed to be doing what they're supposed to be doing. And still could give out punishments for everybody that didn't do their chore and everybody that didn't do, or either put you to work. And I was like, wow, those images keep flashing back to me every time when life throws us distraction. Every time when I see a commercial that's trying to advertise something that's bad, it's not good, I get my brain automatically going to refocusing like my auntie used to do on that Scrabble game. Even though all this chaos was going all around us and all the different information and calling the name, that's what life has been like for me sometimes, you all, a lot of the times. So because I learned early on by watching my elders and my mother as well, them keep focus on what it was, the task at hand that they had to do. It wasn't always a game. It could be them working. It could be them cooking. It could be them cleaning a home. It could be them going to work and focusing, being great at their jobs that they did, that they had. But I just know so it was a focus. So I realized, I said, hey, Auntie, I had to realize I have to thank you for that again. And she was like, oh, no, baby. Oh, no, no. I'm thankful for the information and how much you helped me. I listened to everything she said. And she's right. She do. She will share my stuff. I can't say that about all the family members, but she will share my stuff. And she said, no, I listen. You see my heart doing better. I said, yes, ma'am. I see. And I'm so thankful. That's how we have to learn how to be, you all, because now this has been commercialized, you all. Now this is more about money than it is about you all healing. So what happened is that a lot of you all would wind up hearing reverse psychology and people being, naturally frustrated because we want to see you heal. But what you'll find is that a lot of criticism will come along with that too, and a lot of judgment like they're God over you. And then how you feeling more depressed about it, making you think that you can get this overnight when even they didn't get it overnight. We didn't learn this overnight. And this is not to use as a crutch, you all. It is to empathize with you so that you don't allow the great trickster, that mind, and all of these commercials and all of these distractions make you think that you can't accomplish it. Because that's what the distractions is there for. That's what the misinformation is there for. It's there to get you so frustrated and to forget about the simplicity of life, to the point to where you say, oh, whatever, we had to die from something. Oh, whatever. Oh, they say don't eat this. Don't say they don't do that. Don't do this. Don't do that. No, you find simple foods that you can eat: apples, oranges, peaches, pears, avocados. It's so much you can mix and mango up now today. And yes, I know about the mono diet and eating, or heal it. I still want to stick with heal it. The mono diet, eating way of eating. That's fine. That is great. That is the best way. It doesn't confuse your digestive system. It doesn't confuse it doesn't cause the body to overwork itself when trying to break down food. And for those of you all that are struggling with diseases, and I'm about to open the line up again. Thank you all for your patience, for questionings again. It allows the body to heal itself a lot faster when you're not constipated and when you're not eating a lot of artificial junk. Even if you get this 80% of the way, you all that you can expand your life an extra 10 years if you don't leave here from an accident. Or like my daughter, I could just choose to take you in your sleep. That's just ready to go with grandma. There are a few of us that's lucky enough, that's blessed enough to be able to have those. That's how I used to be years ago, when there wasn't no obvious sicknesses that we knew of, that where a person just go in and sleep. But come on, y'all. Let's be realistic. Most of us are going to go through the way of the hospital, because all the different prescription drugs that they have us on. Most of us are going to seem to go by the way of accidents, because we're not paying attention. Our cognitive dissonances and our ability to focus is so off whack because of the X amount of artificial sugars, all the extra amount of toxicity in the air, all the extra stress for everyday cares of life, all of the goals that we have set for how much money we want, making it seem like money is actually going to help you to live longer. That be the case then when somebody show me the stats of where wealthy people, all of them live longer. Show me the stats of that. You can't. Because being wealthy brings about more stress, because to whom much is given, much is required. And the one thing that we have been deceived to think is that when we get more wealth, we actually think that means that you don't have, that it brings about more peace. No, it helps you to supply more, get more things in life. But it also puts you in a 1% position where now more people are fully relying on you, and that only lasts for so long. And what I'm learning is there's a lot of people that are well off that don't steal, because they focus so much on their career and so much on the money. It took away from them being able to focus on their mental health and wellness and their spiritual health and wellness. because there's so much more focus have to be on that. And I know it's true because I just mentioned it to one of my brothers, and they was telling me how they can, if you work an extra 400 hours, that you can get some shares of the company. And I said, oh wow, that's a good deal. So they says he can make about $40,000 quarterly if you're part of the union. I said, really? I said, wow, that's a house. That's I said, for me, that's a lot of good healthy products. That's more land. That man, that would be great. But when he told me the amount of hours on top of working overtime that would be, it leaves you with no time for your family, no time and energy for your mates, for those that have the mates, no time for that. Meaning you can literally die. And then when you mentioned the work environment where you may need gas masks, I said, oh my God. So you got to sacrifice trying to, and people do it. But all of them are sick from something. And I know it because I'm told about it all the time about the mental problems that they have because of the chemicals and all the toxicities in the place. So you sacrificing something is what I'm trying to say, you all. When we want to focus on getting more and more and more of something, you got to sacrifice time. You're going to wind up sacrificing your mental health and wellness. You're going to wind up sacrificing intimate and very important moments with your family. I've been through that already. I know what that means and what that end up in most cases when there's more other important things going on. Ends up in a divorce. It ends up with someone being having too much anxiety and stress, and it turns into abusive behavior. It turns into narcissism. It turns into a whole lot of misjudging. It turns into a whole lot of toxicity, you all. And so ask me again, if I ever think that building wealth and getting more money is more important than you are living a more simple life where you have to want for too much and then, well, want for nothing, because you cannot be wealthy and not have to want for nothing. It's just, we just live in a greedy culture. And where we'll hide behind sometimes, oh, I do this, I do that, in order to try to make up for the fact that you have far more than what you need. Yeah, that's what we do. I'm guilty. I got far more clothes than what I needed. And so now I'm at a place where I say, okay, I realize there's certain things I haven't worn in a year. It needs to go. I would send it to the senior citizen buildings, and I might not do the Goodwill because the Goodwill upcharges what I'm giving it to them for, and they don't hire enough employees for me for that to make a difference. But I'd rather give it away than to take and keep an excess amount of clothing that I do not need. Yeah. And so you all just think about that. Okay, back to the questions. So we have some. Brother Brian said, thank you, Dr. Shell. My mother is now deceased. She died from breast cancer. Oh, okay, yes. My condolence, brother. I connected. Our connection on that. Oh, okay. Thank you, Brother Brian. I understand. Yes, your prayers is always sitting. Hey there, Sister Sandra. Good to see you. Shalom. All right, yeah. And so, any more questions? Even on Facebook, if you all have any questions, please feel free to answer. Remember to switch over to Dr. Chef Wellness channel if you notice that the phone goes out. I'm gonna try to keep you all in here as long. Yeah, we already need some charge now. I'm gonna see can it allow me, because I don't have my stand with me. So forgive me, Facebook. I don't have the stand or my extra charger. Yes, let me see. Oh yeah, I see one or my extra charger over. Let me see, can I get a little bit of assistance while I wait for your questions? You all, come on, bring it on now. This is your time, y'all. This is your time. Bring on the questions. Any questions? Let me see, can I got 13 minutes for you all on here for Facebook before it may go out. I'm going to try to get hooked to another charger. I got another business partners over on the other end that could possibly allow me to get some charge before Facebook, before it clicks out on you all. So, okay, you all, how you been doing, Sister Sandra? It's good to see you. And how you been doing, Sam Gloves? I don't know if it is Lady Blue. Yeah, you have to come on with the questions, you all. As for cancer, you all remember eat your high antioxidant foods, you all, that will help ease the mind, the body, and the whole soul. Please, berries. Yes, your berries. Get in your herbs, as many moringa. I still have moringa. I still have a few stocks of packets of moringa as well. You all left in stock. Once again, I have the colon cleanse for $40. You all that's still in stock, and I also have the sea moss that's still in stock for $40 as well. But if you want to take advantage and get a head start, since this is the very end of August, I am allowing those who all to get in advance before September 1st, because the September special is that when you pay in for a donation for a consultation, you automatically get the free product. And that is in honor of my daughter, Najee Angeles. I was trying to think of something. I said, okay, what can I do to give back? Especially for those of you all that were there during that time, and knew that it was made. I didn't get a chance to experience a normal just morning time and just been able to focus on what I'm going to do, because more stress and a lot of cruelty was placed on me during that time, where I was supposed to be getting the most support, and not just monetarily, but spiritually and emotionally, where I couldn't even mourn her until after God had removed the negativity from out of my life. Um, and I prayed that He would. If I prayed to God that He would remove it, the negativity away from me and evil spirits away from me, if it was going to cause me more mental distress. And He did it. He did it. I didn't know how it was going to happen. So those type of things, I do believe that God had the ability to do. And then I had to be brave enough to stand my ground and say what I was not going to put up with, what I'm not going to put up with, just because of attention seeking, or just or for the sake of jealousy, because I never had experienced anything like that in my life. I never even heard of anybody experiencing anything like that in my life. And that's how I know what old people used to say, "Well, none but the devil." But nevertheless, I made it past that point now. And yes, even though I think about those trying times, I'll always think about how many others have gone through things, and that some of you all may not have a platform or may not feel comfortable talking about, and how stressful that was on some of you all. And now you're tuning in and you can relate and you understand enough to say, hey, I want to support, I want to help, or can you help me with this, or can you help me with that? So please take advantage of this time. You all want to have it, because other than that, then I cut back the time so that I can get to doing some more work. I do have class tonight, so I have to check out by 6:30, but I have to tune out a little early. I will wind up tuning out a little bit earlier than that if there's no questions asked. So don't be ashamed, don't be shy at all to ask any questions. You can ask it for other people and family members as well. So utilize that as well. And remember, with me, there is no dumb questions. I don't care how many times the questions have been asked. I don't care how much people say that you should know this or you should know that. No. Repetitious. Doing things consistently is what trains our brain to remember, to make it part of our everyday practice. And it is true that practice does make things go better. So, or at least you should get better if you're practicing it the right way. Okay. Let me see if I missed any other questions. Da 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 da. Come on, y'all. Y'all know me. I got the little things that come on my mind. I didn't have a script laid out here for you all. Keep that in mind. I didn't. So Horace, I'm okay. Sister Sandra, I'm doing well. I have. Uh, how have you been? I made it through this weekend, sister. That's why I was sharing. I made it through this weekend. This is the anniversary of my mother's. The end of this month, with my mother and my auntie Michelle's um, passing of their anniversary, and so I took a lot of good quiet time. I went into the park. I was waiting for that rain to come so I can just go and massive into that and just let it just pour on me so I can grow up some more and some more in a good way. But I had a lot of good quiet time. I deliberately put on a little comedy to make me laugh. That's what you do in the times when you're missing loved ones. I prayed. I had a little prayer time to myself, but mostly I just made sure that I didn't try to overwork myself and just had a lot of good quiet time. That's what I had. Got away from out of the office some, and that helped me a lot. Checked on my siblings; they're doing better. Um, Keep my sister Joanne, her in prayers, of course. She's still battling with her health condition. It's been challenging for her to fully discipline herself because of missing my mother and missing my daughter, and all of the many things that she has accomplished, but wants to accomplish more. She's an artist and she's a poet, and she's been doing the best that she can. I honestly can't tell you all how she is making it through the storms that she has had to encounter either. So I say what a lot of our elders would say: there must be a God somewhere. Must be a God somewhere, because that's the one thing that we all have in common is that we all believe in God. We believe in the power of prayer. We believe in God. Okay, I'm doing well. How are you? Hey there, Sister Edna. It's good to see you. Shalom. What is the best time to take a multivitamin by B12, zinc, and other supplements? The best time is always in the daytime. Never, I don't ever recommend those for later on in the evening time, unless you're working night shifts, and that's what you'll be doing for a while. I did vitamins. I remember one time about 14 years ago, I took multivitamins in the evening, but it's because I was working in the living center, nursing at the time, on a night shift, and it was for a short period of time, but I did it, and it gave me a lot of good energy. But immediately I had to change back to the morning time, or at least before noon, because that's the time when the body is digesting. That's the time that we mostly eat our food, and it can combine best with your food at that time when you're taking your multivitamins B12. I don't recommend you to take B12 every day at all. Maybe once or twice out the week. So B12 can stretch you all. I know it tastes good. I know I get the energy. We love the energy. I know I had to stop my niece. And she's a college student. She's about to graduate this year. My niece Christian, my mini me, she looked more like me than my daughter does. Um, but I had to stop her because she's an auntie. I need that B12. Oh, I love that. And so she just drinking it down. And I'm like, no, not do that, not do that. No, it won't cause you to be in the hospital, but she didn't need that much energy. So yeah, so the best time is always in the daytime. Try to do it before 4 p.m. is what I highly recommend while you're taking your meals in or your shake. Okay. Good question, Sister Edna. I am retired and can take blank once, or what is your recommendation? Can take, let me see, can I stroll up to see what it's saying? It can take, for some reason, it's not allowing me to stroll. Let me see, let me stroll up and see this question. It won't let me scan. That's odd. Okay. It won't let me see that other word. I am retired and can take blank all at once, or what is your recommendation? Yes, you can, absolutely, because they don't put enough B12 inside of the multivitamin. And then zinc, you don't need to take zinc every day either, but there always will be a little bit of zinc in your fruits and vegetations. And so you don't need to take extra zinc at all every day. Zinc should mostly be taken when for boosting the immune system, and balancing you out maybe once out the week. And now that we're getting ready to go into flu season here, then that's when I recommend you to do the zinc with the vitamin C, because they both are good compounding, combining vitamins that help support each other to help boost the immune system. So I don't recommend you to take the zinc at all unless I need, because your multivitamin will have a dose of zinc, and if you're eating fruits and vegetables, you should have enough zinc in the system too. And other supplements. If there's any other supplements, it's making sure that you're not taking in no more than 5,000 milligrams of vitamin C. Make sure that you're not taking no more than one syringe of the B12, maybe once every few days. And make sure that you're not taking in no more than 1 to 2 tablespoons or 1 ounce of your multivitamin is what you want to make sure that you're not doing. You don't want to overdo it. I know if you don't have access to garden to fresh grown food and fruits, yes, it makes it seem like we should add in more, and no, it will not kill us, and then no, it should not put you in the hospital. But because I don't know what all brands you have, I know you purchased mine, but mine to be safe to take that I know of. I have not gotten back any bad reports, and I take mine on a regular basis or in the manner that I just gave to you, Sister Edna. And so I recommend. So far, I haven't had any issues at all, and neither have I had any of the others that have bought out the products. Neither have I had any issues or any bad feedback for them neither, stating that they've had any type of side effects from it. So that would be my recommendation. Hey there, Sister Dorothy. Is that you, Sister Dorothy? Good to see you. My battery juice on this Sister Dorothy will be going out on Facebook soon if I don't get more charger, another charger here real fast. I had someone that could have gave me a charger. If so, then transfer over to Dr. Chef Wellness Channel on YouTube for free. Could you please do that? So that's what I recommend. I eat a lot of seeded watermelon. Is that okay? Absolutely, yes. I had some this morning. That's all I've been eating all summer. It's mostly seeded watermelon, you all. Think about it. If you get a really good, nice, sweet seeded watermelon, think about it. It's the only fruit. I don't know about y'all, but let me say, it's the only fruit that I don't get tired of really per se eating. I'll just get full because it's full of water content. But all the other fruits, I get tired of chewing on apples. I get tired of chewing on orange. I get tired of chewing on peaches. I get tired and real super full real fast of grapes. I get tired. Now cherries, I can go kind of along with cherries, but we're not really supposed to take in no more than about 2 or 3 of those, or just a couple of cherries. But something about that watermelon, think about it. I can do a whole big bowl of the seeded watermelon, and I eat the seeds as well. I do not spit out my seed, y'all. The bulk of nutrients is in the seeds. And believe it or not, in your rind. See, there you go, you all. Facebook is about to go out. Give me 1 second. I have all your brands. Yes, ma'am. That's right. You should do. Thank you so much. Yeah, so you can eat watermelon, and if that's all that your body can take in for that time, because that's your hydration, that's your B12, that's your vitamin D, that's all. That's the enzyme that the body needs to cleanse itself. Your urinary tract system. It helps with your cancer. It helps with skin. It helps with skin. Let me see. Can I get what you call? Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm trying to see. Can I get a battery? Trying to see, can I get a battery? Hold on, you all. I'm trying to wave to try to see can I get a charger. All right, y'all. Thank God I saw one of my other business partners. So I need a charger. Got an extra charger. I don't know if I'm able to set it up right. All right, y'all. Gonna get some help for Facebook right fast, and then I'll get back to the questions. Shalom, Dr. Chef and family. Hey, there's Sister Tyra. I have not forgotten about you either, Sister Tyra. You just need my PIN number. Thanks for tuning in, Sister Tyra. Sister Tyra made me to remember. Sister Edna, is that enough? Is that enough information for you concerning the vitamins? She helped me to remember, for those of you all that want to sign up for the For Life, to be able to do that as a side business opportunity for you all. Let me know. I have a PIN number that she needs to be given as well. You all can come in, sign up, and that's a good way. Hey there, Sister Laura. It's good to see you all. I'm just not trying to get. It's not charging. Trying to see can it charge. It's not charging.
What?
It's not charging. Yeah, it's not charging. Okay, you all. I was trying to charge. Sorry about me moving about. I was trying to get charged. It's not even all the way inside of the port. Um, I left it at the office. It's on. I'm on Facebook Live. I put it in already. You all bear with me 1 second here. It's not all the way inside of that port. There we go. There we go, y'all. We got y'all in. I had to switch y'all around a little bit, y'all. Sorry about that Facebook. I guess I just have to hold it. Hey there, Sister Denise. It's good to see you all. Okay, good. So, Sister Tyra, for those of you all that wanted, okay, yes, thank you. Okay, good, Sister Edna. I answered a question well. If you ever had that same question again, please feel free to ask, because a lot of times there'll be others that may have the same similar question you all, but just don't feel like typing, or they might be a little shy. They don't want their name out there. Whatever the case is, remember too, you all can send in questions too through the 618-388-8100 number. And those you all that have the 314 number that have used it for products and you've used it for your consultations, you can text that number as well, the 314-705 number. Those you all, I'm not giving that out anymore to the public, you all. So there is a benefit in you calling in for your consultation, and to also to call in for their health products, because you get a chance to get access to the other 314 number, like Sister Denise that's just tuned in, like she has. And yeah, it takes me a little bit sometime to respond, but I will see that one first beforehand, before I see the 618 a lot of times. And so you have access to both of those numbers, you all, when you call in for consultation. And what I shared with them, Sister Denise, is that I'm running a special in honor of the passing of my daughter for starting September the 1st. So you can sign up for a consultation now. All I ask is a donation, and you get a chance to get your free colon cleanse and sea moss, purple sea moss, okay? And that is the flakes that you can cook with. Man, goodness, they made that smell good, but I know it's got to have some type of MSG probably in it, so I can't do that at all, y'all. This is my little hibiscus tea that I had. And when I take to do it, I get my own honey, and I take and I pour it up in there. That's what I do, and put it in my own cup. That's how I do with my hibiscus tea. So no, it's not fruit juice. I know somebody, Dr. Chef, what you got in there? I know y'all, because I know me, I'll be thinking it. But no, I do hibiscus tea, because I had my watermelon earlier already for this Wellness Wednesday. But that is delightful for me, you all. I don't know no other fruit that bring me as much joy as eating the watermelon. Now, the other ones is tasty and tantalizing. Yes, to have the good, crispy, good, juicy, non-GMO apple is good to me. Have cherries is absolutely good to me. To have a good, ripe, good, juicy peach is good. I even love a good papaya with sprinkling a little bit of lime on it. And you can swallow the papaya seed. It helps kill off cancerous cells as well, too. Please share that with those of y'all that might know anyone that has breast cancer. Papaya seeds, you all. Tell them to take, and you said, look up a doctor by the doctor named Dr. Lathium. Now, he lives out there on the island, but he has some really, really good information about the tropical fruits and the health benefits of the food. I've been following him for years, so a long time now, Dr. Latham, Latham. He's mostly a raw foodist, but he juices and eats a lot of fruits and vegetations. He eats fruits and vegetations, and he also is very slim, strong, and fit. He has the white beard. You all know him. He has white beard, and sometimes he has his hair wrapped up. Dr. Latham. And I've been following him, I'll say, for probably about 10 years now. Um, but he's the master, it seemed like, in juicing. And he's over 70. He runs miles, got energy like a 20-year old. And I believe Dr. Latham maybe 70 already. I want to say 70. Don't quote me on that, but I know he's not in his 50s. And I know he's not in his 60s, okay? So maybe y'all can Google that and somebody can put it into the chat if you want a little bit of homework to do, okay, on Dr. Latham. And yeah, it's following him so long, so I don't think about his age. I just think about how much energy he has. And because he's a older age because of the long white beard that he has, but he still looks really young in the face and really, really strong. And so I don't often throw out a lot of other naturopaths a lot of times because I see too many seeming like they just trying to sell a lot of things. But I will give honor and props to that particular elder. And no, we can't always eat the way they eat because he lives on the island. But the information that he rawly has as a naturopath is, oh my God, is so good. And he shared with us about the papaya season. I admit, I didn't like the taste of the papaya because it was just like sweet mush, like almost to me. But then all of a sudden, I saw it in a container where they had the chopped up papaya with the lemon, with the lime on it. And so I love lime and lemon. That's an excellent cleanser, you all. As you know, the lemon helps with weight loss and helps to heal the body and diabetes and all that as well, you all. But I never thought to squirt the lime over the papaya to boost that flavor. Try it, you'll like it. I think you'll like it more so than you do. And I know because I know us black folks. We talk to so-called black folks. We don't per se plain no papayas. They like more. That's more Mexican brothers and sisters like to really get off on the papayas a lot because they grow mostly in their areas. Remember, okay? And so I like for you all to keep that in mind. You all, if you wonder why I'm looking back and forth, this is because this is the only little space I had to charge the phone. Any more questions? Any more questions? Thank you all so much for the questions. I like that you are getting tuned in. I have all your brands. Shalom. It's been so hot out here, you all. You all most definitely need to take advantage of eating as much watermelon as possible, seeded watermelon that you can find here in St. Louis. If whatever your main grocery store is, requested, you all, they'll get it in for you. Seeded watermelon. What I found out is that some of the main seeded watermelons that I was asking for wouldn't be out setting out. So I go and I ask the produce staff. And I asked, you have any in the back? That's what I asked. I'm not afraid to ask those questions, y'all. Y'all shouldn't be either because they don't have no business without you. Ask questions. Now, I know myself, a lot of my more mature groups come in, you all will. But maybe some of the young folks may not be as comfortable with asking, but ask. And if they say they don't got nobody, wait. I had to wait the last time to go through to try to get some because I used to get mine from a brother that sets out on an older gentleman that get his watermelons all the way from Arkansas, you all. And you all know about that Arkansas land, okay? Sister Tyra, yes, I manure I've done and it's reached today. Carry plantains. It was delicious. Oh, you made you some curry plantains. Oh my goodness, that sounds so. Ooh, I bet you that was tasty. Did you put a little cinnamon or something on there? Or was it seasoned? How did you do your plantains, sister? Don't get me started now. That's curry plantains. I had not had no curry plantains. What all you put? Well, the sweetness from the plantains blend with the curry. Oh yeah, I can see how that worked. I can see you even making a soup out of that too. I can see how delicious that would be. That would be a good taste, I bet. Oh yeah, I can see that. Look at y'all. Look, stop that, Sister Tyra. You see, y'all get me going on this wellness swings. I wasn't even trying to talk about no whole bunch of cooked food. I'm trying to stick with y'all watermelon because I don't know about y'all, but the last couple of days here been extremely hot. Been extremely hot, and I mean hot. And well, what's the string to us? Uh, but I made it through with the watermelon. I drink number watermelon. I use a little bit of lemon from time to time with a little bit of my honey. And that was my hydration food. I kept me a little towel because where I was at, something was going on with the air. And so I had to keep, I took my, I got a water spray bottle with distilled water. I put a little bit of olive oil, just not olive oil, but a little bit of grapeseed oil in it. And I shook that water out, put it in the refrigerator. Yeah, I'm telling you, I went old school. And I squirt that bottle, honey, that little dollar bottle, squirt it all over my face, just keep myself cool. And my hair, I got it twisted right now. So when I took off my scarf, I squirt my hair too, because that's how your hair stay healthy and grow. People always ask me, what do you think the antidote to black hair is? Water, spraying some water in it, you all. Give you a good natural hairstyle for those you all that is not afraid to try it, and squirt that and hydrate your hair, and put a little bit of vitamin E, a little bit of whatever oil that works well with your scalp that doesn't cause you any flakes or any danger, even though that's internal too. We'll talk about that another time though, y'all. Okay. All right, y'all. See, I made it. You all, I made it. I got in here at 5:15. We down to the countdown. It is 6:36 now, y'all. Ask away now. We'll be down to the last about 15 minutes, you all. Facebook, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. We got the special going on for the consultations. Call the 618 and via text the 618-388-8100 number. That's 618-388-8100. Okay, Sister Tara, no. There was Dr. Iris. That's exactly what I'm talking about. No, it was Dr. Iris Lathan recipe. Well, I'm gone, Sister Iris. What I'm talking about. See, Sister Tyrone, y'all. The plantain, the black dry Morocco olive. Ooh, wee. Oh my goodness. Coconut cream, tangerine, lemon chop, tomatoes and onions. Girl, Lord have mercy. Don't play with me now. You gonna get my grandmama come out of me. Y'all hear me say that all the time. I mean that. Oh my God. Girl, that sounds so good. No, it was Dr. Iris Lathan. You had to send me that recipe. Black dry Morocco olives. Ooh, I bet you know I'm an olive head too. I love my olives, y'all. That's what I'm talking about. How you get your um, um how you get all of the extra best forms of fluid and good fatties. For those who out to put on a little weight, olives will do it. I love me some pitted olives. Coconut cream, tangerine, lemon chop, tomatoes, onions, cilantro. Oh my God, you want to talk about high antioxidants? Yeah, I mean to act like that, y'all. You want to talk about some high antioxidants, so tasty and flavorful. I can taste all of that when you just said it. That sounds like a dish that I used to make when I was doing on GMO, non-GMO corn. I used to make a dish. It was like a Jamaican dish, y'all, with the corn, the chopped corn on the cob. I would shave the corn, then I would add the coconut milk with tomatoes, cilantro, oregano, all of my original herbs, thyme. I even would put curry in there, and I would bring it to a boil. And I would chop the tomatoes in there, garlic and onion, red onions, and what else did I used to put in there? You had the option. I did it both ways. One time I did it with the red tomatoes, little thin slices of red tomatoes, potatoes, and then it was like a gumbo, y'all, without the shrimps. That's what it was like. And the creamy, the flavor from the paprika and the curry and the oregano and the thyme. Oh, and then I add a little bit of broccoli up in there, y'all, from vitamin C. I add that last. I ain't want to overcook that. Man, when you, Lord have mercy, honey, child, when I tell you it tastes delicious. I also added the sea moss in there for my seasoning. The tomatoes, a little fresh zest, a little lemon lime up in there. You want to talk about the world's greatest soup. Ooh, Lord have mercy. Girl, don't get me started now. Don't do that. You mate. See, you get the 125-year-old woman coming out of me, messing with me like that. Sister Tyra, don't do that. All right, y'all. Is there any other questions? Please let me know. I really did enjoy my segment with y'all with this free health coaching. Keep in mind, we have the special for the month of September. I will remind you all. I may tune in a little earlier for when you pay for the donation for your consultation. You get your free colon cleanse or CMOS. That's how that's set up. So you get that for free. Shipping and handling, you all have to cover that if you're out of town, but that's it. You do not have to pay the extra $40 for the colon cleanse or for the CMOS. You're only paying for a consultation, okay? That's how that works. And during that consultation, it can be questions um, outside of how to use those particular products because those are an easy way of using those. So that's what I have set in motion for the month of September, you all. All right, countdown, y'all. We can really get there. We're doing it. I'm making it, making it, making it. Countdown, countdown, countdown. I was supposed to initially thought to stop at 6:30, you all, because I have class at 7:30 and I have to commute. So yes, I have evening class, y'all. So I need for you all to ask your questions. Or else I can chime off a little later, a little earlier. It's up to y'all. I didn't want to over talk this time. I'm just thankful that I made it to the end of this month with a smile on my face. Oh, before I leave, just keep my first nephew Jeremy Hill in y'all prayers. He's about to see his birthday. I wouldn't say 30. Is his 30th? Yeah, 30th birthday, 29 or 30. Oh, he gonna get me. And then happy birthday to my auntie Sherry. Happy birthday. Happy 61st birthday to my auntie Sherry. That is the one that has helped me. She's 1 year, you all, away from the age of my mom. My mom passed at 62. My mother was a couple of years older than her. Well, actually, 4 years older than her. And so she's made it to 61. Do you all remember last year I made the trip to North Carolina for my auntie's 60th birthday? That is her, Sherry. She is the one that God bless where I was able to meet her doctor that was so impressed with me putting her on a regimen because she was going in for a stent in her heart. And I have had permission to share this with you all, so it's not something that I'm sharing that's personal to the point to where she doesn't want it being shared. But she was the one that had the clogged arteries and other multiple conditions and battling with obesity. And she, in turn, she got on the regimen for 30 days, you all. They had her already scheduled to go in to cut a stent in her heart. And because she took the sea moss, because she took the vitamins and things that we recommend for her, because she changed within that 30 days how she ate to live, when she went back to get the last final test before they was going to put the stent in her heart, the doctor said it's clear. It's no need for her to have it. That whatever she was doing to keep doing it. And I did get a chance to meet her doctor at her 60th birthday pass. She actually helped to actually get her to throw her 60th birthday party. It was beautiful. I shared at the time some of them on Facebook at the time, but she's still alive. She's still doing well, and I wanted to wish her a very happy, special 61st birthday, born day to my auntie Sherry. It's been a very good and supportive. My mother's sister, you all, Sherry Harris. You all keep her in prayers that God will continue to help her, give her strength to overcome any obstacles that she may have health wise. And I will continue to do the same for you all. And remember, because I already see, I know some is getting ready to start shifting because it's about to be 7 o'clock. So it's okay with y'all. I'm going to go ahead and close it out and just to remember to be healthy more in 2024. And don't forget to text or via text in for any questions that you have about this segment to the 618-388-8100 number. It's Satara. Don't forget to continue to remind me about you needing your PIN number to start the For Life Immune Booster Spray. You all, that's what you're going to need before I get off of here. you all want to call in to get that For Life spray, to put in an order for it, you all. That's going to be very critical to your health and wellness. We have another virus, cold and flu season that's coming up right around the corner. You don't want to wait to the last minute because we don't know how much they're going to keep in stock now that a lot more people know about it, okay? And they also have other products that help with diabetes that'll be good for you when you go online. So you all can call in and ask me about that. Again, those who have the 314 number with the start off the 314-705 number, please call in. Let me know if you're interested in the For Life spray. They have it in mint and they have it in orange. And you can carry it around in a little container. I shared it before. I'm sorry I wasn't able to show you guys products today. I was not able to get back to the office enough time to share that with you. This is the reason why I'm not putting that on display. But if you all call in or via text in that you want to know about the convenient, very, very convenient, good tasting spray that helps to boost your immune system overnight. And one of the key ingredients that's important for you all to know that's in that makes me support it so much is the colloidal silver. And as you know, I have my own brand of colloidal silver. I'm out of stock right now. Once again, for those who are giving donations and those who will pay for the donation for the consultations, that's what those things, I'm building up cash flow for that. It will cost me a couple of grand just to get that up and going, okay? So you all can have those back in stock in time enough for the flu season. All right? So I see you guys glitching. Thank you all so much for the hearts and for the thumbs up, okay? And keep in mind, it is a business opportunity. You can either have a check written over to you, so call in to ask me about that if you're interested in it from a business standpoint as well. You would be part of my team, and we'll help push each other forward with it. And you have the option to get a check for that monthly, or either you can take and put it towards getting more health products for yourself and for your families, okay? All right. I love you all. Keep me in your good prayers, and I'll do the same for you all and continue to be healthy more in 2024.